Hey everybody, welcome back to another review, and today we're going to talk about the Book of Speculation by Swyler, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name correctly. This book is about a man called Simon Watson, who is a librarian who lives by the sea and who has a very unique family history. One day he receives this strange book from an ancient book dealer that has something to do with his family history. And at the same time, we also get another narrative about a traveling circus at the 18th century. And you know these two stories are somehow connected to one another. And there is this magical, fantastical feeling to this book, even though it's not really actually a fantasy. In a traveling circus, you got fortune tellers and card readers. There are also talks about mermaids and a family curse, but it's kind of a light fantasy, if any. It's no Lord of the Rings. Personally, I think this book is like a hidden gem. As far as I know, not many people know about it. I never heard anyone review it or talk about it. I just happened to see it in a bookshop and was drawn to the beautiful, beautiful cover with the cliff and the house. So I bought it and read it, but nonetheless, it's a great book. I really enjoyed it. I loved how both familiar and unique it was. When I think about words to describe this book, I think of sweet, cozy, unique, but not cheesy. I have a feeling that these words makes it sound as if it's this cheesy chicklet, but it isn't. It's also not very sugar-coated. It's not even very optimistic. There is a very sad undertone to this book, because this book has the plot about Simon and him trying to figure out his family history and also this traveling circus, but it also has much deeper undertone. What this book is really about is about a lot of things like family and love, but also faith and fate. I mentioned a family curse, and there is this question of how responsible are we to our own destiny? Can we break this curse that dictates our future, or it's all written in the stars, written in stones, and there's nothing we can do about it? Another thing that I really like about this book, especially because it's there but it's not too blatant, is the whole issue of grieving and moving on from a tragedy. It's very hard to balance, for example, when someone is dead, this on one hand remembering him, still having the memory and legacy, but on the other hand letting go and moving on. And this book has an example of how we can very easily and unhealthily cling on to memories, but in a way that doesn't enable us to move on. And luckily, I'm fortunate enough not to have to deal with it myself, but I can only imagine how hard it is to moving on and letting go, but on the other hand, you know, still wanting to remember that person. Now, I know it sounds a little strange because at the beginning I was talking about how sweet and cozy this book is, and now I'm talking about how it's about grieving over someone's death. But you know what? It actually works here. I think one of the best qualities of this book is maintaining this great balance between sadness and something a bit more fun to cuddle up with at winter, past and present, fantasy and reality, things that are more everyday that we can all relate to, like some of the things that Simon is going through, and this alien life of the circus. I know what about you, but I never traveled with a circus. This whole world is very strange and alien to me. This book is like a master of balancing between opposites and show how they can go together. So to conclude, I think that unless you're one of those people who really cannot stand any bit of fantasy or strange things happening in the regular, normal world, I would recommend this book to you, and I think you would enjoy it. Especially if you like unique books, especially if you don't necessarily like to only read what everybody else is reading. I said it before, this book is unique. It's kind of warm and cozy and has the sense of family in it, but it also has a sadder undertone. And just basically, I think this book is great, and I just wish more people would know about it and would be able to enjoy it. And that's basically all for my review. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click like to show it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. if you dare, and also check out my Twitter and Instagram, which I will link below. And before you go, I have a question for you. I would like to have your opinion, because I finished another book and I would love to review it, but it's the first book of a series and I have no idea when or if even there are going to be any sequels. So what do you think? Should I review it, or should I spare you a possible book with no sequels? Write down in the comment section what you think, and we'll see. So once again, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you like it, and until next time, bye bye.